Lots of downed trees and power lines after a possible tornado right here in Macomb. U.S. Attorney Mike Hurst addresses a recent operation put into place specifically to lower the crime here in Jackson. Jackson police just released some new information regarding this deadly accident. A hearing being held right here at a Holmes County courthouse for Terrence Sample. He's charged with kidnapping and murdering a 21-year-old pregnant woman. I spoke with LaShonda McGowan and Juanita Johnson, who say since the lockdown, they each wake up in fear of hearing their son has died inside of prison.
Rest in peace, kaboom!
After a week of deadly riots, LaShonda McGowan, the mother of a Parchman inmate, shares her fears.
It's very saddening. It's sickening to not know if you're going to get a call saying that your child was hurt.
In the past week, Parchman has seen riots, a fire, 3 inmate deaths, and 2 prisoners escape. McGowan says the last time she talked with her son, he talked about the conditions inside.
The inmates that got killed and lost their lives, their bodies laid out for hours.
These photos were obtained by McGowan, who says they were captured by inmates within Mississippi jails, primarily in Parchman. Mississippi Department of Corrections tells WJTV it cannot confirm the validity of the images. MDOC officials say all the unrest started last Sunday, when a gang member was killed and others were injured inside the South Mississippi Correctional Institution. It's prompted the statewide lockdown, and since that lockdown went into effect, at least 4 other inmates at prisons across the state have died. Recently, the state says it's moved its inmates at Parchman to more secure housing.
When the last inmate got killed, they decided to move them out of Open Bay. And they moved them to a part of the prison that had been shut down for like 10 years. So there's no running water over there. And they are all like 6, 7, 8 sleeping on the floor. And rats and just, it's horrible.
Another inmate's mother, Juanita Johnson, agrees.
It's hurtful. It's a really hurtful feeling. You think about your child every day and every night, especially if they locked up. And this kind of stuff right here that's going on, you can't do nothing but just thinking, you can't sleep.
Yeah, I ain't took a shower since December 31st, brushed my teeth, none of that. Now we ain't got no probably no bed, no blankets, no running water. I'm in bars and they locked me down in 32 and condemned years. And it's like the closest thing to hell in here.
What you hear is the first-hand account from a man who says he's an inmate at Parchman. When asked how he got the cell phone to call in, here's what he had to say.
Before I got the 32, I officer talked to him.
The Parchman prison remains on lockdown, pending investigations. MDOC recently tweeting out these photos of the facility. But inside, the prisoners and their families tell a different story.
I know that he's locked up, but he's still my child, and I love him. If you're gonna house him, take care of him. For my baby to call home and say, Mom, I'm hungry and I'm scared for my life. And they have to make weapons to survive, and you don't want to tell your child to do nothing bad, but you want your child to come home.
I know we all make mistakes, at least give us what we fall bad. That's why we don't want nothing extra, but we so bad. That's running water.
We have received reports about low staffing at the jail, which could contribute to the conditions. And we will continue to follow and keep you updated on this situation. For now, in studio, Shay O'Connor, 12 News.
We reached out several times to the state to confirm the validity of the photos in the video. We will let you know when we hear back.
Workers at Dairy Queen say a man walked in early Saturday morning and ordered a sausage biscuit, but left with much more. Shortly after paying, he walked over to the drive-thru register, pushing the cashier aside and taking about $140 before fleeing the area. It was Saturday when JPD arrested Marquisio Parker for the crime. But this isn't the only restaurant in this area to be robbed over the past 2 weeks. Just across the street at Wendy's, workers say days ago an unarmed man ordered a Junior Frosty and cookie before reaching over the register and taking about $20 in cash. Then at the Taco Bell, also along 80, workers say a man got away with cash from the register before also fleeing the scene. Around the corner at Crystal Burger, a worker says he thought he was talking with a pleasant customer Friday.
He came in with $2 and asked me, like, how much is one Crystal? And I said 108. Then he said he gonna use the rest of it on shorts. So I'm guessing that meaning cigarettes. The drawer, it popped open. He just stuck his hand around and said, give me that. Then he just took the money. And I just stood back like this. And then he ran out this door and hit the freezer that way and got in the white car.
The worker did not want to be seen on camera, but says he recognized the thief as the man arrested for the robbery at Dairy Queen.
I'm still traumatized now, like to right now. I ain't even come to work yesterday. Feel like I ain't gonna never forget that.
They just came in like it was sweet or something. They just came in, got the money and left. Like they know what they doing, you know what I'm saying? Because they been hitting different stores around here.
According to Jackson Police Department, if money is taken without force or struggle, it's not considered a robbery, but instead petite larceny, which would constitute as a misdemeanor crime. At the moment, Parker is only facing one felony charge for robbery. Workers at Crystal say they just want to feel safe while doing their job. They want JPD to increase patrols in that area.
Especially like, if they know it's the holiday season, I feel like we should have more security, especially on Ellis in this dark area.
Workers at Taco Bell and Wendy's say they can't be sure if Parker was the suspect. In Jackson, Shay O'Connor, 12 News.
Jackson police say the incidents at Wendy's, Taco Bell, and Crystal have not been confirmed yet and are advising those who witnessed these incidents to come forward.
Juan Garcia works at Pico Foods in Canton. He says Wednesday morning he was just finishing his shift when ICE agents raided the facility.
All I seen was Glocks, 223. They had the Glocks out, the handguns, they had them out. They just told me to keep my hands up, put them above my head, and don't move. So I'm like, what's going on?
Pico Foods in Canton was one of 7 food plants in Mississippi raided by Homeland Security officials in an effort to find undocumented workers. In total, 680 people were detained that day. Garcia says he was able to prove his citizenship to agents inside the chicken plant, but not before finding his father, who was undocumented. His father has worked at Pico Foods for nearly 10 years.
So I'm out there trying to find my dad, see if he all right. But then I looked outside. I seen him. They put him in the handcuff. Finally, you know, I got the chance to talk to him. And then I got close to him where I can put a $100 bill in his wallet to make sure he was good.
Garcia says his family was recently able to locate his father in Natchez. He says the plant is suffering from the effects of the raid.
I cried plenty of times, but I told myself, I know my dad don't want to see me crying. He want to see me smiling. Without us, the plant ain't gonna run, and the plant haven't been running right.
I understand you trying to get, you know what I'm saying, clean the streets for danger and all that, but at the same time, half of them people there was making an honest living, though. They were just trying to do their job and then feed their family. You stopped them from doing all that.
For now, Garcia says he and his family will have to wait it out. He hopes his father will make it back soon. He has a message for those whose loved ones were detained during the raid.
If they was to ask me to keep our heads up, just be patient, because they gonna be okay.